David and Goliath, when faith faces the impossible. The giant's challenge. In a valley surrounded by mountains, fear had a name and a face. Goliath, a warrior nearly 10 feet tall, covered in iron from head to toe. His voice echoed like thunder, mocking the entire army of Israel. Day after day, he challenged anyone brave enough to face him, but no one moved, not even the king. For 40 days, courage was silent, and faith seemed to vanish from the hearts of the people. But God had already chosen his hero, and he wore no armor. The shepherd and the promise. While the army trembled, a young shepherd tended his sheep in the hills of Bethlehem. His name was David. He wasn't a warrior. He didn't seek glory. His heart belonged to God, and his hands to the harp and the sling. But when he heard about the giant who defied the name of the Lord, something within him awakened. He knew this battle wasn't about strength. It was about faith. Where everyone saw an impossible enemy, David saw an opportunity for God to reveal his power. Courage born from faith. David arrived at the battlefield. The soldiers looked at him in disbelief. A young boy, slender, yet with eyes full of determination. But David wasn't afraid. He didn't carry fear. He carried memory. He remembered the lion that attacked his flock. He remembered the bear that came in the night. And he remembered how God had rescued him every time. The same God who was with him in the field would be with him in the fight. While men trusted in swords, David trusted in the name of the Lord of hosts. The encounter with the impossible. The valley fell silent. On one side stood the giant no one dared to face. On the other, the boy who dared to believe. Goliath moved like a living mountain. Each step shook the ground. But David advanced. No fear, only faith. The enemy roared, mocking. The boy lifted his eyes and saw the size of the challenge. And still, he smiled, because he knew the bigger the giant, the greater God's glory when it falls. The stone and the promise. David knelt, picked up a stone, and placed it in his sling. Time seemed to stop. The army of Israel held its breath. He swung the sling once, twice, 3 times, and released. The stone flew like it was guided by the very hand of God. In an instant, a sharp sound echoed across the valley. The stone struck the giant's forehead. Goliath staggered and fell. The warrior who terrified a nation was defeated by a heart full of faith. And at that moment, the impossible bowed before the power of God. The victory of a believing heart. David's victory didn't come from strength. It came from faith. It wasn't the stone that brought the giant down. It was trust in the living God. That day, Israel learned that the size of the battle will never be greater than the power of the God who fights for us. David proved that the impossible is just the stage where God shows his glory. And even now, that story still echoes through time. Every time someone chooses to believe, even when the world says it's over. So look at your life. What is your giant? Fear? Doubt? Pain? Remember this, when God is with you, no giant can stand.
If this story touched your heart, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who needs faith today. And tell me in the comments, what giant do you want to defeat with God's help?